Hi everybody, I'm CrazyEddie, and this is TerraFirmaPunk. And today we're talking about nutrition. Specifically these two bars on the right. The green one is for food and the blue one is for water. If you run low on water, you slow down. And if you drink water, things go a lot more smoothly. And that's it for the simple part. As for the food part, which is the green bar, there are a variety of foods that you can eat just to fill you up. And they will make this weakness and mining fatigue go away. But that's not the end of the story. You see, over here, we have our different nutritional values. You got your fruit, your vegetable, your grain, your protein, and your dairy. Your first four have to be in balance for you to have a decent amount of health. The dairy gives more of a bonus. So if that one falls all the way off, it won't help your hit points, but it won't hurt them much either. Now, as you can see, my health is at 428 for the max. It should be 1,000 if all these bars were maxed out. Actually, a bit more than that since I'm level 8. With all these bars maxed out except for dairy, at level 1 or level 0, my hit points should be at 800. So what can I do about that? Well, you have to have a little bit of everything. So you could cook yourself some fish for protein, and have some seaweed for your vegetables, and some apples for your fruits. And your bread for your grain. But you get better results if you can make them all into one easy-to-carry package. And you can do that on a food preparation table, which is pretty much any flat surface. If you want to do sandwiches, you just throw all your stuff together, and you can't use the same ingredient twice. So we have our grain, fruit, vegetable, and protein. And there we have our fish sandwich with seaweed and apple. Good eating. And you can see my health bar going up right away. As these gradually pop up as your body absorbs the nutrients. But if you're not into sandwiches, you can always have salad instead. And for that, you just need ceramic bowls. And here you have your apple seaweed fish salad. Now you'll notice that it's missing grain. You have to use something else besides bread. You can't just let it go stale and call it croutons. Something like this barley grain that I had almost ground up into flour. Should do nicely. And so now we have a apple, seaweed, fish, and barley salad. And as you can see, they last a bit longer. Sandwiches, not quite so much. But you can put more stuff in them if you have different kinds of grain. And the nutritional value and the other stuff that you get from them depends on your cooking skill. So as our bars go up here, based on the values of the meals that we make, so will our health. Which means if I take a little time and wait for a bit, my hit points should get up to over 1,000. Which will leave me free to take care of the number of lives I have left, one way or the other. And this was kind of brief, so I think that I have time to do something drastic, as I've been claiming that I was going to do for a few episodes now. So, now that I've decided to get drastic, what does that mean? Well, over here, there is a roguelike dungeon. And those things get deadlier the deeper down you go. But I don't really intend to go to the bottom. In fact, I plan to stop around the first level and see if I can harness a mob spawner for my own nefarious purposes. To put it simply, my plan is to farm a few mobs and hopefully I should get a few hearts from the rare drops from these mobs. Of course, there's the possibility that these mobs may simply kill me instead, which would be upsetting. And which I hope to avoid. But with proper lighting and walls in the right places, and a decent set of reflexes, I'm hoping that I may be able to prevent that. But the fact that I already have a bunch of mobs on the map underneath me is cause for some concern. but it looks like they're coming from level 2 of the dungeon. And hopefully I can put a stop to them like that. That should stop just about anything from coming up there. And hopefully the iron armor will protect me from anything popping out of the spawners before then. And oh, this hallway just didn't have much to it, did it? How about that? Okay, so there's no point in wasting lanterns here. So we'll just stick a log in there to block anything that might spawn in there. And see which other directions we have to go. These walls look pretty blank. Yep. But I think there's something behind this one. A crypt zombie. I'd love to wait for it to come after me and just punch it through this wall, but there's other spawners that could be running, so don't really have time for that. Okay, first intersection, and let's go left. Another intersection, let's go left again. I heard that, and there you are. Alright, and there we have a nice room with a plain old spawner. This is exactly the sort of thing I'm looking for. But I also want to make sure that nothing is coming up behind me. So, that's the direction I came from. Let's see what's in here. And these guys are in here. Where'd he go? I think my chest plate killed it. With its thorns. I am okay with that. All right. Another spawner to light up. Okay, so that's 2 hallways cleared. And some good stuff, potato seeds. So far, things are going pretty well. There is another hallway here. But you know what? I don't need it. We'll just block it off to make sure nothing comes in behind me. And we'll focus on farming that one. There's another one. Okay, we're going to block this one off too. Alright, so I went back to pick up some lumber to make chests. And for some general blocks, just for the purposes of blocking things. And I believe I am ready to start doing this. Although I'm still working on exactly how I want to do it. And that might not be the way. The main thing is I want a light source that I can place and remove. Which will keep the minotaurs from spawning when I don't want them to. And allow them to spawn when I do want them to. And this should keep them from getting to me. And wow, they spawn right away when I turn that off, don't they? But it sure would be nice if I can also see in there as well. All right, that's what I'm talking about. That one almost got the drop on me. But that's okay. Long as I don't do something stupid, I should come out of this with more lives than when I went in. reward bag. Let's see what I got here. I got a rock. It's true that I'm not very good at combat, but I'm really good at cheap. So, there we are, something drastic, and it seems to be paying off. I'm going to soak up a few more lives here, and then see what I do next episode. I think it'll be about time to do some exploring. So until then, have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.